Right here, ladies and gentlemen, it is my hotspot. And I got to tell you what, tonight I've got my fingers crossed, hoping for the best for a decent show. Because I can tell you right now, I've been testing my internet all night and it is lousy. So I don't have great internet to begin with because I live out in the middle of nowhere. But we have a storm passing through and we're getting thunder and lightning and crazy rain and snow and hail. I mean, this is some hormonal weather right now, let me tell you. And it's really playing fits with my normal internet. So cranked up the hotspot, and it's not much better. It really isn't. So we're going to see what we can do to get through it. I know it's pretty weak. So to all my diehards out there, Milton, Rashawn, Melissa Justice, Doug, Gary, I'm going to miss a bunch of people. Man, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope we can get through it and have a decent show. And we have a lot to talk about. So because I have poor internet, I'm not going to try to put a whole lot of the Amazon links and KastKing website links on the screen because that's just going to take more power and more data and whatnot to try to get it out of there. So I'm going to just try to keep it as simple as possible and not be running too many screens at once. So hopefully we can get through it. So bear with me, guys. You guys might have to look this stuff up the old ghetto way on your own. Sorry. But if you were going to go to order it anyways, you'd have to do it that way anyway. So let's get kicking off while we got some decent internet and see how far we can go, guys, and see what we can do. Hello, everybody in the comment section, and again to the bridge collapse and the people affected and people that are missing that may have lost life and been injured from that. Hearts and prayers go out to everybody affected by that for sure. And I know we have people in the comment section definitely feeling the same way. So crazy stuff, man. That's awful. But all right, so let's get back to business here. We're going to start off, and like I said, I've got a lot of products to show you guys tonight. So hopefully, I mean, we're getting through there. We're cranking through it, checking to see what you guys are saying. Let's see, what do you have to do, AJ? Well, I have to do a lot. So there we go. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about, and we're going to go into is the right here. It is the Paradox. Okay. Scissors. Okay, we have this available in both a 4.5 and a 6-inch braid scissor. Okay, so this is pretty cool. It's, I mean, real simple, easy thing to talk about right here. Who doesn't need a pair of scissors on their boat? On my boat now, I always kept at least 2 pairs, at least, like minimum 2 pairs of scissors on my boat. I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder crashing, but that was pretty good. Anyways, I always keep a minimum of 2 pairs of scissors on my boat. Now I got the hiccups. What is going on tonight? Anyhow, and 1 in a backpack for when I'm like hiking in, traveling into somewhere, and at least 1 to 2 pairs of scissors on my kayak. Now, since we've had a ton of new products dropping and KastKing has a bunch of different models of scissors, I have like 4 pairs of scissors on my boat, 2 or 3 pairs of scissors in backup. Like, I'm in scissor heaven. And listen, I'm not complaining because I think we've all been there. If you've done any amount of like serious fishing, thunder again. But anyways, you know that when you need a pair of scissors, it's always like, where put my scissors? Where's my scissors? So having a couple extra pairs lying around is great. So KastKing's got you covered with a super affordable, very razor sharp, easy to cut pair of scissors right here. Man, it's coming down again. Sorry, guys. So this is a fantastic, I mean, I've got huge hands. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this right here. I ended up getting a splinter from a palm tree, and it caused a real bad scarring in the joint. So now my thumb is like extra huge right there. It's like twice the size of my normal thumb. Like, it's really big compared. So this sucker, and I'm right-handed, always gets hung up in the scissors. But for the most part, even with my big, huge thumb scissors or thumbs, I can get them in and out of these scissors very easily, which is important because half the time you snag your line, you screw up something, you got to feel for that fray in your line, or you're tying on another bait. It's because you're making a change in the heat of the moment a lot of times. So getting access to a pair of scissors quickly and having a sharp pair of scissors is very, very important. So KastKing's got you covered with these new Paradox 6-inch or 4.5. This is the 4.5 that you can see here. Pair of scissors. Great setup. Got a really nice, pliable, but yet still hard case right here to cover up the sharp part of the scissor. And then, of course, these guys, if you can see here, they squishy. they're squishy scissors. And who doesn't like that? That's pretty nice. So you won't have, say you got these in your pocket, they're not going to be jabbing you much. Not much you can do about that, but at least you can make the rest of it a little bit more comfortable. So that's pretty sweet. Another cool feature is they come with a lanyard, okay? So you can have this sucker hanging around your neck, tie it to your backpack, whatever you guys want to do. They absolutely have you covered in the new Paradox 6-inch or 4.5-inch scissors. Now, there is a 10% off coupon when you purchase them online off Amazon. So make sure you click that box, then add whether you want the 4.5 or the 6-inch scissors to it. So what do we got going on over here in the comment section? I'm going to set this aside because I know I'm done. I mean, I hope it don't lose power. All right. I'm going to have to make a pile like I did last time. I had a huge pile of chaos last time, guys. Sorry I wasn't on last week. I was traveling. I was in Louisiana. Melissa Justice and Jesse Justice actually hit me up trying to see if I had time to go out fishing. I didn't. It was a work. We had a couple things that we did as a work group to go out and have a little bit of fun, like checking out the alligators and a little sightseeing. But for the most part, real tight schedule. Couldn't get out much. So, but thank you again to Melissa and Jesse Justice for the offer to go fishing. I need to get out, man. I need to get out. Who else we got in here? Oh, yes. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you got to love the squishy scissors. Squishy scissors. You got to love it. Got to love it. Melissa, you're right. Put a lanyard on it. Got to do it, man. I'm telling you. It's good stuff. All right. So, Robert Green, you were asking how my trip was. It was good. It was a good trip. It really was. I've been in New Orleans before. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this trip. Don't get me wrong. But I also went 10 years ago, almost to the exact same week. So it was like almost to the day 10 years ago. And I had a lot of fun then. Of course, I was a little bit younger, participated a little bit more partying, so to speak. And I'm okay with not partying much anymore these days. I did have a good time. My favorite part, which is funny as it may be since you asked, of New Orleans was got to be the e-bikes. So went around, riding around Bourbon Street in the French Quarters on the e-bikes that are just laying around out there. That was probably my favorite part. It was a good time. So anyways, all right, back to business. So those were the Paradox braid scissors. We're going to move down the list here and show you something new. Okay, so now, well, this isn't new. You guys have seen it, but you can buy it by themselves. Now, before you saw that we had the Paradox 9-inch shears, and they came as a kit. Well, some people may not want the kit. Maybe they just want the shears. Well, the nice thing about that is you can get just the shears now. So you don't have to buy the entire kit. You can come straight out and get yourself the shears, okay? So this is an awesome setup about these shears. They're not squishy. These are not squishy shears. These are hurt-ya shears. So cool setups on these is you have some really cool features to take a look at. Okay, so like right here, you see these little grooves? You see those grooves right there in the blade? So that's for like, let me see here. Do I have a crankbait laying around here? I usually do. You never know what's on my desk. I do have a crankbait laying around. Okay, so say you need to tune a crankbait, right? So now you can actually get and put your crankbait in there and tune your crankbait with those different size notches on the blade. That's a cool feature. Another cool feature, since we were talking about partying, a bottle cap opener, okay? For your root beers, ladies and gentlemen, for the root beers. That's another cool feature too. You have a quick, like right here, you have a quick little blade for like cutting line quickly. So you can just pull it through and cut it easily. Lots of other great features on this, but another cool feature is the ability to take these guys completely apart and clean these efficiently as you can. A lot of times when you have some other scissors that you cannot take apart, you get some gunk and some schmuckus build up in here, some schmutz, as you may call it, and you want to get the schmutz out of there, okay? So this is a very nice premium stainless steel. It's actually a 5CR15 stainless steel with the rubberized coating. You got the quick disconnect kind of lanyard thing. You put it on a belt loop. A lot of really cool features in this shear. You got a little serrated edge for sawing. Some really neat features when it comes to these shears. And let me tell you, okay, Last week, I don't know if you guys were watching. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. Old Nikki got a hold of her shears live on air, and she lacerated herself. So, of course, I liked a little bit of showmanship. I thought, do I have to upstage her? Do I need to, like, cut a finger off? No, let's not do that. No, Nikki, that's all you. I'm cool. You win that one. You get that one, Nikki. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you heal up. And, guys, make sure you tune into Nikki's show tomorrow. I'm going to plug this right now, probably at the end of the show again. She got a very special guest coming on. Good old Gene Jensen, a good friend of mine. Great friend to Nikki. They've known each other for a long time. I love Gene. He's a cool cat. Nikki adores the guy. He adores her. He's going to be a guest on her show as a welcoming into the new addition to our KastKing family, adding Fluke Master. So, guys, make sure you tune in for that. That's Kill Deal. Now, these guys right here, if you want just the shears by themselves in this plastic case that you can also put a D-ring and different things on, $15.99, also rocking a 10% discount. Now, you can get this in a 9-inch blade, or you can get it in a 6-inch blade, okay? And this one right here is the 9-inch, okay, for the 9-inch overall length on the Paradox bait shears. So those are awesome. All right. Remember, click that 10% off coupon before adding whatever size you want to the cart and get it done. All right. What else we got going on here? Yeah, Nikki needs some chainmail gloves for sure. For sure. All right. There you go, Nikki. You heard it. Get them chainmail gloves out right there so you quit cutting yourself. But I've done it before. So Freddie Delgado, exactly. Fluke Master, baby. Gene's the man. He is awesome. Adam Robinson, you agree as well. Gotta love it. Rashawn, you know what's up. Kayak anglers rule. Hey, don't get me wrong. I kayak too. I do, but I love my bass boat. I do. All right. So now let's jump in here. Got him. You know what, Milton? Of course, Milton's got everything. Milton is the KastKingaholic, and we love the cat for sure. I mean, it's awesome. Hey, when you get mentioned by the owner of the company in his new video, like Milton did, it says something. It says something. All right. So moving back down the line, now we're going to shift over. We'll come back to tools in a minute. Rods and reels, guys. This is going to be a great setup for a lot of you guys. Now, this is not a new product, but they've done some new things to it, okay? So we have the Zephyr series, okay? This is a really, I mean, it's such a bright product. So bright. It's almost like it's bleeding through in my lighting right now. So you have an excellent setup in the Zephyr series of rods and reels right here. This is a combo setup. Look at the new, like, I don't want to call it like a tribal font. It's almost like a feather, but it's reminiscent of like a tribal look to it, but it's a feather because of that like Zephyr kind of thing right there. It's kind of neat. I really like it, okay? So what you have here is a 2-piece setup that is available in both spinning as well as bait casting, okay? Both setups are available in spinning and bait casting. And the cool thing is they come with 2 tips each. So let's say the story is you have a backup, because let's be realistic, 90% of the time when you damage a rod, it's up here. It's in this area. So being the fact that this is an advanced spigot joint 2-piece rod right here, you can take off your broken one, put the new one back on, and you're back in business. Still got your package set up right here. This is the IM6 blank, okay? So still a pretty high-end rod, great quality rod. You've got a graphite reel seat, and check that out. Look at that cool new design right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me put my hand behind it. That is your hook holder, okay? So that's kind of cool to have the hook holder built into the graphite reel seat. Pretty neat. You got your cork grip here. I've got the plastic logo on it. This is the cool setup. Really is. Your gear ratio on this bad dog is the beloved 7:2-to-1 gear ratio. Does have a magnetic braking system that works very, very well. Now, like I said, this is available in the spinning as well as the bait casting option, right? Such a cool setup here. EVA grips on here with an embossed KastKing logo, if you guys can see that. So really nice star drag, just a simple, clean system here. And whether you choose the bait caster or the spinning, it's starting off at about $100 for this combo, okay? Stainless steel guides. You've got the ceramic Elkinite rings in there 8 different models to choose from, and let's go ahead and crank down those models so you guys can understand it. So I showed you guys primarily the bait casting option, available both right hand and left hand. And then, of course, if you have a spinning reel, you know it's ambidextrous, okay? So you have in casting, you have a 6/6 medium light to medium. You have a in right and left. You have a 7-foot medium heavy in right and left. And then, of course, you get into your spinning rods. Now you have a medium light, you have a medium heavy, you have ultra light, and then you have light to medium light. So those are your different models to choose from. Now there is a discount on here. So guys, click that 5% off. That's going to save you a couple bucks at checkout. And you guys are going to get a killer setup for, and I'm telling you, that is easy on the eyes, guys. It's a beautiful setup. I agree. Great idea. IM6 is very sensitive. Still a good quality rod right there. And I'm telling you, boom, I see my boy right here. Guys, I don't know if you know, but that's Mr. Leonard Antonio, a.k.a. Lenny the Legend. This guy right here catches just slaunches right here, donkeys, monsters. I hate showing him my little secret spots and my little things that I've worked so hard to figure out. Even the spots that I've found on tribal land that he's a part of. He is a Native American in the San Carlos Apache tribe, and I'll go out and fish some of the tribal lands, find myself some little nooks and crannies and some spots. I'm like, check this out, bro. Check this out. Catch donkeys right here. He comes back, catch bigger ones. So Lenny does to me all the time, but I love the guy. Guy's one of my favorite guys to fish with. He's a cool cat right there. That's Lenny the Legend. If you're not following him, guys, definitely give that guy a follow. Anyways, going back out there, got another thing to show you guys right now. Let's keep moving along because we're already almost at the halfway mark, and I still got a lot more to show you as we get through this crazy weather. So this is something really cool that I think is neat, and it took me a minute to kind of figure it out when I first saw it. Okay, so you have the new Destan Complete 4 as well as the Destan Complete 8, right? It is your line and leader solution. So at first I was like, wait a minute, like what? Like it's what is it? Is it braided fishing line? Is it leader line? What is okay? What is this? And I didn't know this was coming down the pipe. They snuck this one out on me, guys. So let's crack this thing open. Oh, of course, it does have to be sealed. So you guys are seeing I'm opening this for the first time. My razor blades are not on my desk right now. I moved them. So get that cracked open. I got scissors and I'm using a pin to cut this. What's wrong with you guys? So check this out, okay? Look at this. This is your typical spool, right? So what we've got here, this is the Complete 4. Now, quick reminder, 4 carrier braid is going to be your more robust braid. So like some really hardcore, like aggressive, abrasive, like structure, coral, things to that nature that could definitely cut up and snag your line. A 4-strand carrier braid is going to be preferred. Now, with a 4 carrier strand braid, it's going to be noisier, it'll be a little rougher through the guide, so it's got some fallbacks to it, a little bit larger diameter. But then you have 8 carrier strand braid, okay? That's going to be smoother, more supple. This is for when you still need braid, but you don't need as rough and tough of braid, okay? That's what that is going to do for you. Now that we got that done. So I'm like, okay, here we're rocking a 20-pound, okay, 20-pound braid in our braid. But check this out. On the backside, you guys see that? Check that out. You can actually pop this guy off. It's leader line, okay? This is fluorocarbon leader line. Just behind that little keeper there, there's a little keeper strand that holds that in there. Fluorocarbon. So now you have, and it's set up on like a gear tooth system. So you see that little knurl notch right up there, and then there's going to be a opening in your housing right there. So you can just line that back up once you pull off your braid, string it up. You're on the boat, in your kayak, on the bank. You need to reline. You need some leader line. Perfect combination. So you have 20-pound braid and 15-pound fluorocarbon leader. That's sick. The fact that you guys can combo that, and it's just that much less room taking up your backpack, your kayak, your bass boat. I have an 18-foot bass boat, and you can ask Lenny. He's been on it a dozen times. Dude, I have like no room. I had a Stratos, which was a 19.6 years ago, and that thing was fantastic. I had tons of storage on that thing, but it was heavy as can be. Well, Ended up selling it. Got my Champion. Love my Champion. But it didn't have half the storage. Of course, it doesn't have half the weight my Stratos did. But it didn't have half the storage as my Stratos. So things like this, anywhere you can like one of the selling features on lithium batteries is weight. Cut down on the weight. It's going to help. It's going to reduce things. Same thing with this. Cut down on space as well. It's going to reduce stuff. So now you have a braided line as well as a leader line setup in this new Destan Complete. It's cool. I thought that was really freaking cool idea. I'm like, so for those of you, and a lot of people, majority, I'm kind of slow to it, but majority of the industry will run braid on bait casters, spinning reels, and leader on everything from drop shot, flipping, all kinds of stuff. Very seldom do you see some old school guys that will run nothing but straight fluorocarbon or mono or braid. You know what I mean? They always have a leader to it. So I will run a full spool of fluorocarbon. I will run a spool full of mono. I will run a full spool of braid. I do run a little bit of I'm starting to, on my braided stuff, certain applications, I will run a leader. But you can't beat it. I mean, it is proven. I'm just stubborn. This is a cool idea, and it may help me switch to start doing what the rest of the industry is doing and running braid on everything and a leader line this way. And this right here just simplifies your storage. I mean, that's awesome. So available in your 4-carrier braid, as you can see, multitude of different sizes and lines. And then, of course, in your 8-carrier braid. Now, check this out. One question you guys may be having. Let me put this because I think that is actually a great comment to have up there. It's true. It's very innovative. I mean, like, who thinks this stuff up? It's crazy. So 8 pounds test. Okay, 8-pound braid, 8-pound leader. Let's jump up to, say, 10-pound braid, 8-pound leader. Now let's jump up to 15-pound braid, 12-pound leader. 20-pound braid, 12-pound leader. 30-pound braid, 15-pound leader. Let's jump up to 65. 65-pound braid, 30-pound fluorocarbon leader. 30-pound fluorocarbon is hard to come by. So to get a 30-pound fluorocarbon leader on 60-pound braid is dope. 80-pound braid, 40-pound fluorocarbon leader, which is neat. And you can buy these in intervals of 150 yards to 300-yard packages. So that's really freaking cool, you guys. Definitely check that out. It's a neat setup. To me, it's one of my favorite neat ideas that KastKing has put out in quite a while. That's pretty cool. It's really neat. So, all right, that is the new Destan 4 and 8-carrier braid complete 4X with your leader line fluorocarbon solution. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay. Now, right here, the KastKing Paradox fishing tool set. Okay. Let me find which one this one is. This going to be very true. I think that's it. I think that's the one. That is the one right there. I already have it open, so check that out. Get rid of that. All right. So like I said, remember, a lot of people were like, well, I just want the shears. You can buy just the shears. I need a fillet knife. Great. Well, one thing that doesn't come a lot of times with a fillet knife, and I don't know if you guys can experience this, your fillet knife loses an edge or gets dull. Not exactly true. Not exactly a true story. And then, of course, people will take them to a sharpening stone. They'll take them to an electric sharpener. And truth be told, a lot of times that knife is still sharp. Okay. It's just bent the edge. So when you put them in these other sharpeners, you can possibly dull that factory edge and make it less sharp than it was from the factory. And you're like, well, it got better though, so it's better. Well, what happens is, like I said, you actually bend your blade. So look at this as this teepee, kind of this triangle here as a blade, right? And what happens over time from cutting is you start to bend the tip of that blade lays over. So if you were to actually figure out which way your blade was slightly microscopically laying over and turn your knife to where that's more of your contact, you'd find you still have somewhat of a razor edge there or a razor edge. So when you see in the movies where the chefs will always take their chef knife and they'll just off this honing stone, they're not sharpening. That's not what they're doing. They're straightening that edge. So depending on which way it's laid over, bring it back, bring it back. So they're actually running their edge of their blade and straightening that edge back to center. They're not sharpening it. they're putting that sharp edge that's laid over back straight up and down. That's a really cool feature. So some of the previous kits gave you a fillet knife, but they didn't give you a way to keep that edge where it needs to be. Not necessarily sharp, straight up and down. Well, now with this honing stone here, this guy right here is a complete setup, right? So you've got your boning knife or fillet knife. You've got your shears, which we just talked about, the shears that have all the same tooling that I showed you, but now you have the tool that gives you the ability to keep your blade straight. If you don't have one of these at home, great. Now you do, and you can take a lot of other knives in your kitchen and put that blade back to straight up and down, which may put back a great edge. If it's dull, it's dull, but check to make sure it's straight first with that setup right there. It's a great combo coming in at $36.99. There is a promo code here, EP88PC3W. If you look at that, you can actually save 50% on that. So guys, make sure you click on that or enter that promo code at checkout and save yourself some money. Now, this kit is available on a 5-inch bait knife, a 7-inch fillet knife, the 9-inch boning knife, or 9-inch fillet knife, okay? So that's why I wanted to mention you can get them in 4 different options in this system. It is a great kit to choose from. All right, moving on down the line. So next we have the fillet knife, like I was telling you about, which let me pull this out and see if this is it. So this is your bait knife. Okay. So this is the 5-inch bait knife. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller blade. Try not to pull a Nicky here and lacerate myself. That is your bait knife right there. Okay. And then of course you can use the tool to help retain your blade straight up and down. And then of course they have it in a this is your big fillet knife right here, as you can see. Look at that. Those are your big system here. This is a crazy. This is called a staking knife, not your fillet knife. This must be your fillet knife right here. Sorry, I got so many I gotta shoot. Yes, this one is for sure the fillet knife. I can see it now. I got a stack going, guys. Look at this. 50% off. Yes, that is crazy. That is crazy. Where did that go? You're right, guys. Take advantage of these prices. I mean, $36.99 and be able to cash in at 50% off. You can't go wrong. This is your fillet knife. You can see a much slender blade, very thin, like paper thin. That thing right there, razor sharp, hurts you bad. Nikki, be careful. Love you, girl. Just don't cut appendages off, right? Don't cut your fingers off. Don't do anything dumb. But mistakes happen. I'm not saying you were dumb. I apologize. So, guys, that is the Paradox fillet knife, boning knife, bait knife, and staking knife in those kits right now. They are coming in, like I said, at around $36.99. Let's see here. That is for the 9-inch fillet knife. The boning knife is going to jump you up to $36.99. The fillet knife is $29.99. Let's see here. The 7-inch fillet knife is going to be $28.99 with that 15% off promo. So your big 50% off promo comes off on the 9-inch boning knife. 7-inch fillet knife is giving you a 15% off of the $28 price. And then, of course, your bait knife is also 50% off, $34.99. You can enter that promo code and get 50% off. But the fillet knives, they have 15% off. So it's your boning and bait knife that have the 50%. So that's those in the Paradox kit. Like stuff falling, guys. So much. But we're almost through there, guys. We're getting there. Thank you guys for hanging in. Oh, whew. Uh-oh. We got a celebrity in the house. Captain Brian Box. What's going on? Yeah, dude, that thing is a sword. It is huge. Rodney is saying he's going to be rocking the 9-inch knife for him. Loves it. Steve says he loves his bait knife. Guys, if you guys don't have some of these products or these types of systems on your boat, KastKing's going to make it easy and affordable for you guys to get it. I did see a comment earlier with the fact that KastKing's rebranding. We've got so many great new products, so many innovative products, top of the line, all the way to entry level. One of the concerns that I see and I hear all the time is with KastKing going through all these changes and their quality is just insane, and they're coming out with all these elite and pro series products, are they going to forget the little guy? Absolutely not. I mean, still being affordable and fun and being able to put out a product that goes to those people that fall in a market that is, you know, I mean, we can't spend $500 on a reel, $500 on a rod. Maybe some people's budgets are $40 for a reel and $40 for a rod. KastKing is still going to have products for you. Absolutely. We're always going to stay true to our roots as being affordable. So what we are also doing is, just because we're coming out with these really high-end products, they're compared to a lot more expensive products out there. So they're still affordable. It's just in categories of where your budget lies. So we're going to have a product for people with a very small budget. We're going to have products for people with a much larger budget. Just depends on where your budget may lie. But don't worry, guys. We will not leave where we came from. Always staying affordable. All right. Moving through. Okay. So we have the, oh, where did it? Did I not grab them? How did I not grab them? Ladies and gentlemen, hang tight. I thought I grabbed them and they're not right here. Let me grab them. Stick in there. All right, come guys. Thanks for hanging in there. My apologies. Sorry, my dog was yelling at me. No running in the house, AJ. All right, so here is where we are. I had these on my boat. I could have sworn mentally I brought them in the house. I guess I did not. Now, Milton, this right here is a Milton favorite. This is the KastKing Rover. This guy has been around for ages and ages and ages, and you guys are probably thinking, big whoop-de-doo. I mean, the Rover's been around forever. Why do I need a Rover? Well, because the Rover is a classic. Now, whether you guys are fishing saltwater or freshwater, this reel's going to get it done for you. It has got a fantastic system. Salmon, sturgeon, walleye, large saltwater species. It is a weapon to conquer big fish. As you can see, it's got the big winching handle on it. This is a great setup. It's a conventional style bait caster. But what people don't realize, yes, the Rover's been around for years and years and years, but people don't realize is anytime KastKing realizes, hey, we can improve something in this product, we can redesign it, it may look the same. The Rover has been updated multiple times. There's been improvements in things made, such as gearing, drag systems. This guy right here is a powerhouse, boasting up to 30 pounds of carbon drag. It's got a brass main gear. It's got a huge power handle on it. You can get these in a multitude of sizes, guys. And now coming in where it used to be just traditionally a red bait caster, you can get it in this gorgeous black reel with these gold accents to it or brass looking accents. It's absolutely stellar. Now, what sizes does it come in and what gear ratios? I'm sure you guys are asking. Well, let's tell you. All right. So you can get it in a size 40 with a 5:3 to 1 gear ratio. It's going to give you about 15 pounds of drag. In a 50 series, it's going to be a 5:3 to 1, just like you saw in the 40 series. And that's going to carry through all the way into the 60 series. 18 pounds of drag in the 50 series, 20 pounds of drag in the 60 series. Now, when you start getting into the Boss Hogs, the big ones, now granted, I don't have a 70, 80, or 90 series in front of me. I do have a 60 series right here. You start getting into 20 pounds of drag. 70 series is going to be 25 pounds of drag. And the 70 series is going to be a 4:3 to 1 gear ratio, okay? When you get into the 80 and the 90 series, 3:6 to 1 gear ratio and 30 pounds of drag. So, guys, if you're fishing catfish, going after big reds, going after huge saltwater species, freshwater carp, whatever it may be, sturgeon, dude, check out the Rover series from KastKing. Absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can get it to focus. This guy is just gorgeous. Come on, focus. Maybe too close. Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Of course, you do have the bait clicker or the little knob there to hear that drag run or that system click whenever your spool is running. This is a killer setup, you're going to love it right here. The Rover. I love to catfish with my Rovers. I live in Arizona. There's no oceanfront property. George straight lied to me. Not yet so far. But this is my go-to when I'm fishing for big catfish, or if I get bored and I want to throw some corn out there and give me some carp just for the fun of fishing. Right here, guys, it is the Rover series. But my luck lately, it's just been turtles. That's all I've caught in the last couple of years is turtles. Every time I've gone out, go and do some monster flathead fishing. So, but the Rover is totally capable of whether you're catching turtles or you're catching giant saltwater species. The Rover has got you covered in those large species. So what do we got for new comments? Yes. Yes, Adam, perfect for striper. Yep, right there. Look at this right here, Rashawn. He's saying he's going to be using the 40 for flatheads. Yep, absolutely. That's what my 40s and my 60s is going to be used for flatheads. My biggest catfish is a 36-pounder. I'd like to get into the 50-pound club. Just as much as I like to get into the double-digit club for bass. So that's where I'm at. Turtle soup is delicious. Never had it. And you know what? Probably could have got me some in Louisiana and just didn't think to do it. Let's see here. Great. Yeah, right there. My Rover throws over 100 yards, as good as any Abu I've tried. Yeah, I mean, everybody always looks at the Abu Ambassador as like okay, it's right here. To me, that Rover's right there. I mean, just such a great product, especially in that margin of price range. Awesome. Sean, howdy to you. Glad to see you. Milton Thompson saying it's good for redfish, alligator gar, even sharks. Whoa. That's kind of a taboo topic there. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. Are you guys okay with shark fishing? Or do you guys say nay on the shark fishing? I've never done either. Like for me, I understand like carp. Carp is a very invasive species. And I see a lot of guys out there bow fishing carp, and I'm just like, it's just not for me. It's not for me. But I'll go out there and catch a carp and hook it and whatever. And they like to see in the local lakes that I'm at, they want carps to be caught and disposed of, if you catch my drift. So I guess however you do it, whether it's bow fishing or just normal fishing, and you cut it up and use it for bait, they want a lot of the carp species or population to go down. So however you do it. Now, how is that with you guys and sharks? Do you guys like the thought of shark fishing? Or are you guys against it? Just curious what your thoughts are. I mean, everybody's different. So some people like tacos, some people don't. And the people who don't like tacos are crazy. Anyways, okay, moving on. More thunder, guys. We are down to our final three, and I'm going to talk about it right here. Boom! Speaking of three, we have three covert essential fluorocarbons, guys. What do you not love about fluorocarbon? Now, granted, you have your classic covert fluorocarbon. You have your covert essential. Okay. Our classic is made in Germany, and our covert essential, as well as the covert extreme, made in Japan. Isn't that neat? Isn't that something, guys? So it's kind of neat when you look at, I mean, Germany can produce a great fluorocarbon. Japan is definitely known for it. And I can tell you right now, this stuff right here is fantastic. This is going to compare to a lot of your Japanese fluorocarbons on the market. And of course, when you get into your really high-end stuff, you're going to compare our covert extreme to that. So if you're looking for a great fluorocarbon, and you guys all know about fluorocarbon, super awesome setup for leader line material. You've got incredible visibility on this, or low visibility, like it pretty much disappears in water, and very low stretch, if not any, very high abrasion resistant and fast sinking. This stuff is great stuff right here. Available in 25, 50, and 200 yard spools right now. So guys, check it out if you're looking for, well, I don't exactly want to go with the covert extreme, but I like the thought of a Japanese-built fluorocarbon more than a German-built fluorocarbon. Check out the covert extreme. It's going to be priced just right for you and get you taken care of if you want that JDM fluorocarbon. KastKing's got you covered with the covert essential. Woo! All right, now, y'all know I'm bald, and I need to cover my dome. So what do we have here? We got two hats from KastKing. Oh, let me let you guys know, too. The fluorocarbon coming in around $6.49 all the way up to $27.99, depending on what you choose. Very small spool, 25-yard spool, all the way up to the 200-yard spools. And, of course, granted, your pound test line will dictate the cost on that. So going back to our hats, rounding off the show right here. Check this out. We have the first one we're looking at is the Field Trekker bucket hat, which is going to be this guy right here. Let me open this cat up. Look at this. Brand new, out of the package. Who doesn't love an unboxing? I know I do. I love a good unboxing. So we're going to open this bad boy right up. Pull it right out of the package here. If I can find it. Here we go. Oh, right here. Emergency toilet paper, guys. You never know. You could be out there on the boat and kayak and you're like, oh, God, I got bubble guts. Well, we got you some emergency toilet paper if you need it. All right. So here is your bucket hat right here. Does have a strap for those windy days. And then, of course, tag in the back can also help you to understand how to service and wash this thing right here. But check it out. You have a liner, a perforated liner that is definitely going to cut down on sweat. And think about it. There are times where I've actually seen my head. I wore a hat all day long, whether it was like a standard trucker hat. I'll notice that I'll have a little bit more of a red sheen on the back of my head because sunlight still pokes through that little bit of ventilation. Well, you see here, you have ventilation here, but then that little webbing on the inside is going to help keep you cool, but it's also going to be another shaded spot from the sun. So better sun, but yet still breathable. So guys, check that out. You can do the old, like, what do you mean, Vern? You can do the old mean Vern bucket hat. You can put the brim down, be good to go. This is the KastKing Field Trekker bucket hat. It's a UPF 50 protective sun hat that is water repellent. It's breathable. It's great for hiking, great for fishing, great for a lot of outdoor activities, guys. You guys are definitely going to enjoy this bad beezy right here. Now, this guy right here has a 20% off coupon, okay? And it's available in a multitude of different colors. So as you can see, we have the khaki. We also have we have gray. We have a Prime 1 colors, a couple different Prime 1. So you have sky color, then you have storm, then you have just a standard black, you have a gray, you have the khaki, you have several different options to choose from in a lot of different colors. Guys, it is killer setup. I do like this. It is a nice bucket hat if you guys like that look. So I can tell you right now, Gilligan would kill for one of these hats out there on that aisle. I mean, he's been shipwrecked for a while. So next, now, maybe a bucket hat is not your guys' thing. Maybe you're like, bucket hats are cool. Bucket hats are cool. And the price, 20% off coupon happening right now. Price is $17.99 for those bucket hats, okay? So that's the price on the bucket hats. Jennifer, what's going on, Jennifer Lidman? Glad to see you in here. Jacob Hill, I don't know who you told, but he told you guys. He told you. Jacob told you. He told you guys. I got your back, Jacob. I don't know what you said, but you told him. You told him. All right, so let's see here. Steve, apparently you need this hat, Steve. That's all I know is you need the hat. So you got to get it. Let's move on to this. This is the Boonie hat right here. Maybe a bucket hat is not your guys' thing. Maybe you want a Boonie hat instead. KastKing, they got you covered. New Boonie hats, of course, available in multiple different colors. Like I said, you've got the green, which is going to be, it's more of like a green with a little bit of a brim on it, like a camo brim here in the Prime 1 print. You have the dark gray. You've got a khaki. Then you also have just a normal gray with the blackout kind of camo print. And then you have a standard just navy blue. Okay, those are your colors. This one's also coming in at $17.99 and has a 20% off coupon. But check it out. So you still have a little bit of a cool sweatband. There's no liner in this one, kind of like you had on the other one, but you also don't have all the perforated holes. It will still breathe. You do have the snap, so you can actually fold it up and get the sides up out the way, so you can be all like safari style right here, like, hey, mate, let's go out and do some fishing. So I'm sorry if anybody from Australia or whatever, that was a horrible, horrible impression. Don't hate me. If it was good, just let me know. It's pretty good. But you can definitely shape these things. A little bit of steam, whatnot. You guys can shape this hat. Of course, you have the Prime 1 print on the bottom side. You can snap it up on the sides and do your favorite Aussie or Kiwi or whatever it may be. Or you can be American on this side, Aussie on that side. However you guys want to look at it, this thing is set up for you guys, and it aims to please, guys. So definitely check it out. This, like I said, coming in same as the bucket hat, $17.99. It is also a UPF 50 water shedding, sun blocking, great hat for the outdoors, whether you're just camping, hiking, fishing. This one's going to definitely keep a lot of that sun down off your face, out of your eyes, and make it to where you guys can keep fishing and see those fish better. Guys, that's pretty much going to do it for me. The bucket hat is the only way to go. I'm too old. Yeah. I tell you what, man. The bucket hat's cool. I like a Boonie hat a little bit more. You guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section there. Got Jesse the Boone hat, and he loves it. Loves it. Bob, you know what? I'm not sure. I have seen some blockheads in my life or square heads. You're right. We're gonna have to get one and try to put it on there and see what's going on. Dude, Milton, you're talking to my heart right now, bro. You know me and straw hats. I love straw hats. I've got giant hats. You know what I mean? Like I need more. Because I'm bald and I'm getting sunspots, and that's not even cool, guys. And I've already had cancer. I've already had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I don't need no melanoma. So let's not do that. Chemo was not fun. Radiation's not fun. Let's keep it down, guys. And you guys ought to listen to that too. You should. What else we got here? I need a KastKing straw hat with a red band around it. Brahilio Mendoza, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. I agree with you. I could get down on that. Yes. Let's see here. Jacob Hill. Good night, Mike. Yeah. See, you know what's up. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me right there. Guys, I'm going to get off of here. Remember, we've got Nikki going live later this week. She's going to have the man, the myth, the legend, one of the biggest YouTube stars that is out there teaching you guys how to fish, whether it's from backing your boat down a ramp, how to rig your poles, springtime fishing, summertime fishing, kayak rigging. Gene Jensen, a.k.a. the Flute Master, is now part of the KastKing family. After years with the competition, Gene decided to make a shift in a direction that he adores, staying down home, staying with a privately owned company rather than these big corporation companies. Gene made a shift. He'll tell you guys more about that on tomorrow night's show with Nikki. Guys, definitely check that out. Love being part of a family, and that's exactly what it is. KastKing, I call it the KastKing Familia out here in the Southwest, in the Hispanic and Native American heritage. I always love to group that in there. So you guys are a part of my KastKing Familia, and now so is Gene Jensen, guys, and he loves a family-oriented, privately owned company, and that's why he made KastKing one of his favorites. And of course, he loves the quality that we've been putting out, man. We've been putting out some bangers lately, and you guys got to check it out. Guys, that's going to do it for me. Catch Nikki's show tomorrow night. Catch Gene Jensen. Tell him what up from your boy, AJ. Give it away, AJ. And I'm going to be back next week. And you know what? I've been doing a lot of giveaways. Didn't do one tonight. I'm going to have to be a repeat offender next week, guys. All right, you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. See you later. Peace. Boo-boo.